Today, Bitcoin goes on a wild ride, briefly crossing under the $30,000 mark as China continues its crypto crackdown. Plus, the White House admits it could fall short of a key goal in its vaccination plans. And finally, GameStop cashes in on the meme stock trend and raises over $1 billion. I'm MacKenzie Sigalos, and this is CNBC After Hours. Stocks finished the day higher after starting the day in the red. The Nasdaq hit a new record high, led by popular tech names like Netflix, Microsoft, and Amazon. All the action, though, was in Bitcoin. Prices of the digital currency also ended in the green after briefly erasing all of its 2021 gains early in the day. Regulators in China are cracking down on cryptocurrencies again, which sent Bitcoin prices plummeting below the $30,000 mark, a number that's often seen as a key indicator that a new crypto winter could be coming. But what do investors actually think of all this volatility? And could China's crackdown actually be a good thing? Kate Rooney can explain it all for us.
So it's been a wild Tuesday for Bitcoin and the broader crypto markets. Bitcoin fell below $30,000. We haven't seen that level since January. Bitcoin essentially wiped out all of its gains for the year. So if you look at the chart, it sort of looks like the Matterhorn. It went up to $60,000, back near $30,000, essentially right where it started in January. And as far as what has caused some of these declines, analysts are pointing to regulatory crackdowns in China, specifically having to do with Bitcoin mining or the process of creating new Bitcoin. The government there has said that it's energy intensive. They don't like the idea that there is potentially a significant effect on the environment. Other analysts, though, have said the region that they shut down or sort of restricted Bitcoin mining, so Sichuan province, is known for hydropower and clean energy. So analysts have said it may be more about the government there being worried about Bitcoin's dominance, Bitcoin's threat to the digital yuan, and just currency controls in general. So as far as the regulation side of this, analysts have said, big picture, this could be a good thing. The majority of miners were based in China. Bitcoin is seen as sort of this decentralized market. The idea that all of the Bitcoin miners would be in one region isn't necessarily a good thing for Bitcoin long term. So folks have said it's a good thing in that sense. It could also be a good thing to get Bitcoin mining away from some of those coal-fired regions in places like Inner Mongolia. So if Bitcoin miners move to an area where they're relying more on hydroelectricity, clean energy, solar, analysts have said long-term this could be a good thing. One of the factors here is overall bearish sentiment. Bitcoin outflows are one metric that people watch to show that. They've been negative for the third consecutive week. The broader crypto market has also seen outflows. They've seen the largest sort of streak of consecutive outflows since February 2018, which longtime Bitcoin investors know was sort of the height of crypto winter when the cryptocurrency lost about 80% of its value. So some of the longer term Bitcoin investors know the volatility well. They've seen these cycles before. The next level people are watching for that appears to be a key metric, 25,000. Mike Novogratz was on CNBC earlier talking about that being sort of the next resistance level. And if you look at this from sort of a technical analysis perspective, $25,000 was sort of the level to watch after Bitcoin broke through 30,000.
Okay, let's get to our sound check. Here's a roundup of the day's biggest action and what the top newsmakers and business leaders had to say on CNBC's airwaves.
I think regulation is going to help us in the long run, right? Right now, the total crypto market cap is less than $1.5 trillion, right? This whole system works by becoming bigger and bigger, right? It's less than 40 basis points of global net worth. And so the only way it becomes 3%, 4%, 5% is to have institutional money participate. And so we are going to get regulation.
The long-term value proposition of Lucid is our technology, our underlying technology. Behind me we have the Lucid Air here, and this is the first electric car which will achieve over 500 miles range, and it's going to do that through the prowess of Lucid's in-house technology.
During the pandemic, it was great that people could work from home and do Zooms and that sort of thing, but we're seeing little by little that tick up. People are coming in more and more, and I think people want to be together. You can't build culture from home in your sweatpants. I think you really want to be together, and I think businesses are starting to support more of that.
Tinder became #1 and it has had over 65 billion matches since inception because it was so simple, to upload pictures and a bio and start swiping in a very dynamic environment. But more than 50% of our users now are Gen Z, and that is a generation that, thrives on self-expression, and that starts with video.
Okay, let's get to the numbers round. We'll start with 70. The Biden administration announced today that the U.S. will not meet its goal of vaccinating 70% of Americans by the 4th of July. According to the CDC, roughly 65% of Americans have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and around 67% will be at least partially vaccinated by Independence Day. In a press briefing today, Dr. Anthony Fauci insisted that vaccine hesitancy among 18 to 26-year-olds remains the main obstacle to Biden's goal. Next, $5.6 billion. Amazon's Prime Day drove $5.6 billion in sales for online retailers in its first 24 hours, according to Adobe Analytics. Now, the online shopping surge represents a nearly 9% growth year over year. It even surpasses the $5.1 billion spent online during the Thanksgiving holiday in 2020, when holiday shoppers were stuck at home. And finally, $1.13 billion. GameStop cashed in on the meme stock craze by selling 5 million new shares, raising $1.13 billion in the process. This is the second stock sale that GameStop has conducted since it became popular among day traders on Reddit. It raised more than $500 million when it sold 3.5 million shares in April. Of course, all this new capital will likely go right into revamping GameStop's digital presence, led by its new CEO, Matt Furlong, who took over the position just yesterday. Get all the details on the meme stock craze by going to CNBC.com and downloading the CNBC app. That's it for After Hours. We'll be back here every Tuesday and Thursday, so be sure to catch us then.